Hi, Kelly. Now you'll be working with Todd on the volunteer portion of our Master Gardener program. Oh, and here he is now. Todd, welcome back. How is Arizona?
Great, thanks.
Todd, I want you to meet Kelly, our new Master Gardener program coordinator.
Kelly, it's good to meet you.
Hi, Todd.
Todd has been helping coordinate the volunteer programs here at the county for years. He's very knowledgeable and will give you lots of insight into understanding volunteers. Unfortunately, he is also moving to Arizona, and I've asked him to update you on everything he knows so that you will have lots of tools to manage our volunteers.
Okay, Kelly, let's get started. Today, we're going to look at the About Volunteers module of the Master Gardener Program Coordinator Training. We'll start with why people volunteer, and then we'll talk about generational differences and personal and societal trends that affect volunteers in our program. Well, and there are two other modules in this series. So let's get started with why people volunteer. You'll learn about what motivates volunteers, the motivators for national Master Gardener programs, and finally, and most importantly, what motivates our Master Gardeners here in Washington State. So in general, what do you think motivates people to volunteer?
Well, I think they want to accomplish something that they think is worthwhile.
Yes, we call that motivational factor achievement. What else?
Volunteering to meet new people and make new friends.
That motivational factor is called affiliation. People who are motivated by affiliation volunteer to establish relationships with like-minded people in their communities. So any more ideas?
People volunteer to help their community.
That is called altruism. Altruism is when an individual volunteers to advance the mission of the organization.
I can't really think of any others.
Well, there are two others. They're called power and recognition. People who are motivated by power enjoy gaining influence and importance in their community. And those who volunteer for recognition like to have their abilities and contributions acknowledged. An easy way to remember these 5 motivational factors is to use the acronym PRAAA. So Kelly, why do you think it's important to know what motivates people to volunteer?
Well, so we can recruit and retain them and keep them in the program?
Exactly. Over the last decade, there have been numerous articles in the Journal of Extension reporting the results of surveys that asked Master Gardener volunteers why they joined and stayed in the program. The article from Texas states that Master Gardeners there volunteered because of their motivation to learn more about horticulture. In California, Master Gardener volunteers also felt the greatest program benefits were educationally related. And again, in Missouri, Master Gardeners volunteered to increase their knowledge and understanding, while program volunteers in Maine were most motivated by gaining personal knowledge about plants and horticulture. So which of the 5 motivational factors do these belong under?
Okay, you said the factors are PRAAA, and P is for power, but these volunteers aren't seeking power. R is for recognition, but I don't think they're looking for recognition. The first A was, I forgot.
Achievement.
Achievement. Oh, I guess they're achieving knowledge for themselves. Is that what you mean?
That's it. So let's look at the results of a WSU survey from 2007 that asked Master Gardeners across the state why they choose to join the Master Gardener Volunteer Program. The respondents said they joined to learn about horticulture. So which motivational factor is that?
I know, that's achievement.
Yes, more specifically, personal development. The second reason they decided to be Master Gardeners is because they enjoy being with other gardeners.
Affiliation.
Yes, they joined for social contact. And the final reason respondents gave for becoming a Master Gardener is because they wanted to give back to their community.
That's the other A, altruism.
Yes, the desire to serve is what we call an altruistic motivational factor. So Kelly, remember earlier when you said that knowing what motivates volunteers helps us to recruit and retain them? Well, we're going to go through these motivators. Let's talk about volunteer recruiting and retention. The first WSU Master Gardener motivator that we talked about was achievement. But what kind of achievement?
Learning about horticulture. That's personal development.
Imagine you're a prospective volunteer who's interested in the Master Gardener program because you want to learn more about horticulture. What would you be looking for?
Well, I'd want classes, training, probably hands-on activities that would teach me about plants and how to take care of them.
Right. Master gardeners receive personal development support starting with basic training. In basic training, the participants take their online training courses that introduce them to things like plant and soil science, insect and disease and weed management, sustainable gardening, lots more. And they participate in hands-on workshops and field trips, group exercises, and class projects. And certified master gardeners can retake the basic training class.
Seems like that would get boring after a few years.
Actually, many volunteers take basic training year after year because the research provides new information about horticultural principles and techniques. But it's also important to provide advanced continuing education opportunities.
So what are they and where do I find them?
You can start by researching local classes offered by horticulture groups and community colleges or neighboring Master Gardener programs. You can find out what qualifies for continuing education credit on the Master Gardener website or in the Master Gardener handbook. And if they do qualify, you can post announcements for them in your newsletter or online. Another idea is to ask veteran master gardeners who have specific skills. Ask them to instruct a class in their area of expertise. Not only do other master gardeners and community members benefit, but sometimes they learn more about preparing for the class. So the second motivational factor involved is affiliation.
Affiliation with other gardeners, that would be social contact.
That's right. Now, Kelly, imagine again that you're a prospective master gardener, but this time you're looking to join the program for social contact. What would you be looking for?
I'd want to meet people who are as passionate about gardening as I am.
And that's why you should make sure there's plenty of time for socializing in your programming. When you schedule activities and trainings and meetings, factor in time for people to visit with each other. At the conclusion of a class series or project, you can celebrate with a social get-together.
But what if someone's shy and just wants to interact with a few people?
That's where mentoring and teamwork activities come in. You can connect seasoned master gardeners with new master gardeners, and you can organize group activities that support teamwork. Both of those create a great atmosphere for volunteers to really get to know each other.
So, do master gardeners ever have socializing activities that are strictly for fun?
Sure. Volunteers can take tours of volunteers' gardens or field trips or botanical gardens or nurseries. In fact, I'd recommend asking or surveying your volunteers to see which of those you want to do. So the final motivational factor was altruism. What does that mean for WSU Master Gardeners?
They want to give back to the community. They have a desire to make things better for residents and for the environment.
That's right.
Now, if I became a master gardener to serve my community, I'd really want to know that my time and energy had an impact.
Okay, then as the program coordinator, make sure that you base your projects on the needs of your community. There are different ways that master gardeners can serve. The educational delivery includes plant clinics and information booths or demo gardens, even public speaking. Program support activities include record keeping or graphic design and computer entry.
So how do I let different volunteers know about the importance of the work they've accomplished?
You can give project updates in your newsletters and your other communications with volunteers, or you can report on the goals that were accomplished for a project rather than the project's details. That lets the volunteers know that their work does have an impact in their community.
Todd, we covered the AAAs of those 5 motivational factors, but what about the P&R? We haven't talked about it. Does that mean that master gardeners just don't care about power or recognition?
Well, those two didn't rank very high on the survey, but it doesn't mean there aren't volunteers who are motivated by power or recognition. So how would you encourage somebody to join or stay in the program if their motivation was recognition or power?
Well, if their motivation was recognition, I could include a feature story on them in a newsletter or have a volunteer recognition event, and I could give out certificates of appreciation. But I don't know, if their motivation was power, I'm not sure what I'd do.
Well, you could ask them to become a project leader or to be on an advisory board so they feel like they have some influence in the program. So imagine you're working at a Master Gardener booth on rain gardens at the county fair. Now, Jim is a WSU Master Gardener. He's helping you at the booth.
Hey, Kelly. How's it going?
Good. How are you, Jim?
Oh, a lot better now. I was getting bored with my role in the program.
I kind of thought you seemed like you needed a change, so what are you going to do?
Well, for starters, I'm going to get involved with the Rain Garden Project. I want to help residents understand how rain gardens protect water quality. I think teaching about rain gardens will really make a difference in our community.
So what motivates Jim?
Altruism. He wants to serve his community.
Good. And what would you say to keep Jim volunteering in the future?
Hey, Jim, that's good to know. Would you like to add your name to the Master Gardener speakers list? Then you could talk about rain gardens to other groups and community associations.
Well, I'd love to do that.
Now here's Amy. She's asking about volunteer opportunities too.
Hi, my name is Amy, and I've just moved to town. I would love to meet other people who are interested in gardening. Do you think that becoming a master gardener might help with that?
So what type of motivator does Amy need?
She's looking for social contact, which is affiliation with other gardeners. So I'd say, hey, Amy, we have lots of activities where you can meet other folks who are interested in gardening. But you should know that the mission of WSU Master Gardeners is to educate and improve the community. It's not a garden club. To become a master gardener, you need to go through extensive training and put in at least 40 hours of volunteer time. So you'll definitely meet other people during the classes and when you're volunteering, but there's an expectation that you volunteer in educational projects.
Wow, that sounds even better than I thought, and it's right down my line. I would really like to learn more about gardening and be able to share that information with other people.
Now Amy mentioned another motivational factor, and that is...
Achievement. She wants to develop her skills in horticulture.
look at some more tips on how to motivate volunteers. But first, let's talk about the differences among volunteers based on their age groups.